Welcome back, another episode. Arizona Robbins returned for a significant case in Grey's Anatomy Season 20 Episode 4, and the interns kept working on their procedure logs in the hopes of seeing the operating room again. Along with Sarah Drew, Jessica Capshaw left Grey's Anatomy in Season 14. But although April has since returned to the show on several occasions, Season 20 was Arizona's first visit back to Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital. After departing, Arizona relocated to New York to be near her daughter Sofia. Thankfully, a case necessitated the arrival in Seattle of one of the top fetal surgeons in the world. The most recent installment was the first to air following the announcement of Grey's Anatomy's Season 21 renewal. Arizona, who debuted in Season 5 of Grey's Anatomy, serves as a poignant reminder of the show's evolution. The fourth episode of Grey's Anatomy Season 20 also marked Meredith's departure from the show. However, Ellen Pompeo is scheduled to return for a minimum of one more episode. Because the interns are still bearing the consequences of what happened in the Grey's Anatomy Season 19 finale, they provide the best example of how the old and new guards coexist. Lucas acquired Amelia's place. After residing with Yasuda and Simone at Meredith's home, Lucas unexpectedly moved out at the conclusion of Grey's Anatomy Season 20, Episode 3. Since he didn't get along with either of his roommates, he didn't notify them that he was leaving or where he was going. Therefore, even though the decision was unexpected at the time, it also made sense. Fortunately, his aunt, Amelia, allowed him to stay with her. Even though the events of the Grey's Anatomy Season 19 finale allowed the interns to keep their jobs, they are still having to deal with the fallout from their decisions. In Grey's Anatomy Season 20, Episode 4, a group of lawyers conducted one-on-one interviews with the interns regarding their interactions with Sam, Maxine, and Teddy. Although the investigation's findings are still unknown, the fact that they are even being looked at implies that their problems aren't going to be solved. Arizona made a comeback for a revolutionary procedure. Arizona eventually made her way back to Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital after 6 seasons, this time to assist Amelia, Joe, and Bailey with Vita, a pregnant patient. Arizona was a pediatric surgeon when she began Grey's Anatomy, but after completing a fellowship with Dr. Herman in Season 11, she became one of the few fetal surgeons in the world. Therefore, it only made sense to give her a call when Vita's unborn child experienced brain damage from a rare blood condition. Arizona aimed to be the first state to carry out the surgery in pregnancy, while the standard course of action in this circumstance is to operate on the baby's brain after delivery. Vita and Bailey had doubts, but Joe and Amelia were instantly on board. Arizona was about to leave since she felt it was not her job as a doctor to persuade a patient to have surgery, but Vita's husband stopped her and talked her into staying. Arizona used 3D printed phantom skulls to lead Vita through the treatment, which helped reassure her despite her history of vision loss. Vita agreed to the procedure in the hopes that it would rescue her baby after 2 devastating miscarriages. The fetus's brain was fixed by Arizona, Joe, and Amelia in spite of a surgical problem. Jules' sibling appeared at the hospital. Jules talked about her family and how different they were from her in Season 19 of Grey's Anatomy. Jules was raised by negligent parents who were more concerned with using drugs than raising their kids, despite the fact that she is driven and focused on becoming a doctor and succeeding in life. In the 4th episode of Grey's Anatomy's Season 20, Jules' brother Doug, a man who also professed to be a doctor, was first presented. Bailey returned the interns to the OR. Bailey has been a little tough with the interns since she was appointed residency director in Grey's Anatomy Season 20, believing they shouldn't be in the operating room. In addition to her well-known 5 rules, she required all of them to complete process logs in order to be permitted to re-enter the operating room. Arizona countered Bailey's claim that if they didn't witness any magic during her procedure, they might not be inspired to return to the operating room. Bailey modified the intern's rules. Yasuda was the first intern to finish her procedure log at the end of Grey's Anatomy, Season 20, Episode 4. Although Bailey was relieved that she was cleared to go to the operating room, she was nonetheless dissatisfied with the intern's actions throughout Arizona's procedure. She modified the guidelines for the interns on what they had to do to re-enter the OR as a result. All of the interns would need to finish their process logs in order to regain their privileges. None of them were permitted in the OR prior to that. For more videos, subscribe.